Hey everyone, this is T Academy. I'm Tarek Merchant. Today I'm going to talk to you guys about walk-ons and walk-on spots for a college team. What most people misunderstand about walk-ons is that, okay, I'm not getting recruited, so I'm not going to walk onto a team. Different people's scenarios are changing, and therefore you have to evaluate it yourself. So what does a walk-on spot really mean? That's the first thing. This is not a supported spot by the college coach. So what that means is that the college coaches, if they want to recruit you, they're going to give you a spot, they're going to help you get into the school, and that's a spot that they're putting on their roster immediately. Maybe it's a scholarship spot depending on Division 1, 2, 3, and so they're supporting you. If that's the case, then you're not a walk-on. If you're getting in on your own terms, and you're getting into the school and the coach is willing to give you a spot, then you become what is called a walk-on player. The other way you can become a walk-on is, I should say no support. The other way is to try out. So there are people that write the coach, and the coach says, look, I don't have a roster spot for you because you don't fit the academic, athletic requirements that I'm looking for to give you a supported spot, to recruit you, to give you a scholarship. But I do host tryouts at the beginning of the season, and if you want, you can come try out, and there's 1 or 2 or however many spots that coach has available to those people who are in the university on their own and then trying out and trying to get a spot for their team. So this is important to understand. People like to put negative connotation between a walk-on versus a supported spot getting recruited. It all depends on the personal situation that you're in. If you want to go to a specific school and you've decided that regardless of a scholarship or being recruited by the coach, you're going to go to that school anyways, and you're applying and you get in, and that coach is not going to take you for their team on a supported spot, then a walk-on position is a good opportunity for you. If you're somebody that wants to get recruited, you need to earn that scholarship, then a walk-on is no good for you. So, it's a tough call, because every time you're talking to college coaches, you want to make sure that you figure out if it's a real opportunity for you or not. A lot of people think that because you're a walk-on, you're not necessarily going to get attention. Now, that depends case by case for the coach. If a coach cannot support you for reasons outside of your ability, like let's just say that you do fit the academic and athletic requirements for a coach, like you check both of those off, but the coach doesn't have any roster spots. So let's just say that says like no spots available, or no money. Like if that's just the case, then they may ask you to be a walk-on and then say, look, after the first year, you can get scholarship or you can get money from us that will help you, and you'll be a part of this team. They may also say, look, that's just the way our school works. You can take a walk-on spot, but I will care for you as much as I care for the rest of my athletes on my team. So I will treat you the same way as my other players. Some coaches will not treat you the same way. They will invest and care more for the players that they have spent money on and that they feel like can contribute to their team, and that you're a player that walks on and decides to be on the team, and they'll take you, but you won't get the time and attention. So the pros and cons are there. Each situation is different. And so the way I evaluate it is, number one is when you're building, your list, is figuring out of your list, like who is only going to take me as a walk-on, okay, versus, a recruited spot. Then from there, you're going to say, okay, out of these coaches and schools that are going to take me on as a walk-on, like I need to find out if they care about me. And that's sometimes tough to figure out, but I know that when you start asking questions and you start telling the coach how interested you are to play for their team, and if you're going to have an opportunity and if they're going to give you a chance, you're going to start to hear from the coach like how they run their team and if you will actually get a fair shot. And the next thing you're going to want to figure out after that is just, is there, again, the opportunity, for, let's say, money in the future. If this is a Division I, II, any high school, a school that offers scholarships, and if that's the case, then is there an opportunity for money in the future? And if it's a Division III school, is there opportunity for me to be a contributing member on the team? Are you going to give me the chance, or are you always going to be worried about the other players? So, I don't think that anybody should take walk-on positions lightly. At the same time, you shouldn't have negative or too much positive emphasis on it. It just depends on your situation here when you start figuring out who's interested in you or not, and then knowing if they care about you and if there's an opportunity. And if so, you might be willing to take that risk, let's say, or that chance of becoming one, and then there's future opportunities for you. Or you may just decide that that's the school you're going to go to regardless, and you're happy to take that walk-on spot. If you aren't, and this is not going to be a good setup for you based on the conversations you've had with the coaches, and let's say they're coming back and saying, well, there's limited opportunity for you and there isn't future money, even if you do play really well, and they don't seem to care about you, then you need to find a school that is a supported spot, that's a recruited position, so that you get that fair chance.